in case anyone just happened to jump in right about now. So anyways, this is our logo for the vlog. It's awesome, and we made it in Illustrator. So now, I'll let you see my face and all of its glory. Let me see if I can actually do control room. Let me see. And to hell with it, I'll just wing it. You know, there are certain things that that you can control, and other things you can't. So I just try to do the best I can because I'm the only one in this right now, and that's fine. Because this is still, you know, I created LuckyZilla almost 21 years ago, and excuse me. And I still feel like, you know, everything is brand new. But I guess that's really kind of the whole point, because, you know, this is a big part of my life. I've spent more than 2/3 of my life with this character. And if you were in my position, you'd probably understand, although not everybody is in my position. So I'm going to get started right away by saying that it's been a very lazy Sunday. What I normally do is I try to get a whole bunch of material clumped together and, you know, just jam it out as much as I can, you know, so that this way I can have, you know, a month worth of material ready to go, 2 months of material. I've had as much as 4 months of material ready to go. Like 6 months before, you know, a strip was supposed to publish. It's there. I've kind of been slacking for all sorts of reasons. I wasn't sure if I was going to do this today, but my YouTube channel is important to me. My other social media is important to me. And as much as I can't stand Twitter, it's important to me too. For those of you who are unfamiliar, I am on Facebook. No, LuckyZilla's on Facebook. I'm on Facebook too, but if you want to have anything to do with me, you have to have something to do with Lucky. So LuckyZilla's on Facebook. I'm trying to secure the exact username, but in the meantime, if you type LuckyZilla into your search bar on Facebook, you'll find him quite easily. And LuckyZilla's on Twitter @LuckyZilla. Obviously, we're on YouTube, so yay, YouTube. And most recently, we joined Instagram. Now, let me give you a little bit of a backstory. I have a friend, Tommy Jose Stathis. He is a cartoon cryptozoologist, an animation historian, and film collector. And he became interested in Instagram. And he's got a very good Instagram, I must say. And he was telling me, you know, for your stuff, you really should have an Instagram for it. And at first I was kind of like, I wasn't really into it. I don't really like taking pictures of myself. I don't think that I'm hideously ugly, but there are times where I'm just like, don't want to be on camera right now. So I was working at InBeyondCon in Islandia when I came across these two gentlemen, the Random Onion plush pile. They make plushes. And what they made for me, which you've seen if you follow us on Instagram, is this beautiful, let me get him fully in frame, this beautiful LuckyZilla plush. He's entirely hand-sewn. He has a bit of a ridiculous personality if you follow us on Instagram. And for those of you in the chat room, which is live, by the way, I'm going to pop the link in there right now. So just give me a moment, if you please. Okay, so there is our direct Instagram link. Let me actually look at the camera. I'm a 31-year-old man, and I carry around a plushie, but with good reason. There is a very good reason for me to carry him around. Excuse me. Really gotta adjust this camera as much as I can before the next Tailwaggings. I apologize for the abysmal lighting. What was I going to say? So yeah, in case you don't want to click directly on the link, which I understand, there's a lot of spam going around. There always has been, always will be. It is LuckyZilla_IG on Instagram. Or you could just type in LuckyZilla Instagram on Google or however you want. And when the LuckyZilla website publishes tomorrow, you will be able to follow Lucky on there. Well, follow him right to his Instagram. I thought I was going to be a little bit more composed instead of just kind of winging it. I practiced a little bit before I turned this on, but oh well. So speaking of LuckyZilla.com, this brings me to one of the main talking points of this this broadcast. As of tomorrow, I will have succeeded in publishing a new webcomic, a new comic strip on LuckyZilla.com every week for the past year. 52 weeks in a row. I hate to sound cliche in saying that, but I'm surprised at myself. It's extremely difficult to commit to something on a regular basis. But if you really want to grow, if you really want to get something out there, you got to get it out there and keep it out there. I mean, I have invested a lot of time in the animated half-hour-long Lucky, which is still coming out, don't worry. It's just the comics have taken up a lot of my time because, they're reaching audiences. The Lucky half-hour pilot is only half done, so there isn't really much I can do beyond, showing footage here and there. But at a certain point, I reach a considerable bump in the road where it's like, yeah, I can keep sharing footage. And at what point do I release the show and everyone's already seen it? That was the problem that I faced. And so the comics seem to be I don't want to say a sensible alternative, but the comics just made sense. They just totally did. Some of them are in canon with the characters and their personalities. Some of them just go off the wall, ballistic craziness. And I've gotten a fairly good response from them. So I'm very, very proud to say that I've kept at it, not trying to pat myself on the back too much. Okay, maybe I am. But it's been fun. I'm gonna keep doing it, obviously. I have a move coming up, which is going to be very interesting. I just secured another apartment. It's in my hometown of Massapequa. I currently live in Seaford, which is one town over. So I'll be moving back to my roots, and that'll be a reason among many to, make sure that I keep getting material out, but not just pumping material out, because I feel like and this is why I stopped doing vlogs with movie reviews, which you may have seen on one of my other channels, or my only other channel, I should say, where I just, did this off the wall stuff where I would review a movie. Some of them got pretty explicit in terms of language and everything. And that didn't bother me. What bothered me is that, after every single review, I was just like, how can I top this? And after 6 or 7 of them total, I didn't even have a series for them until halfway towards the end of them. It was just like, I don't know how much more I can do of this, trying to outdo myself every time. And I mean, LuckyZilla is kind of sitting over here being like, yep, I'll be down the street if you need me. And at a certain point, I just said, I don't want to be involved with anything else anymore. I just need to sit down and concentrate on Lucky. And that's what I've been doing for the past 2 years. Towards the end of last year, I decided to rebuild LuckyZilla.com. And in the process, I decided to start doing the comics because the old LuckyZilla.com, I unfortunately don't have pictures of it. I don't have backups of it, and it's probably for the better because it looked awful, just awful. I realize where I'm getting in time, so I'm just going to go into the next topic, which is we are having a sale on LuckyZilla.com to celebrate our 1-year anniversary in comics. It is our 1-year AA anniversary sale. Let me try that again. It is our 1-year AA anniversary sale. There, that's better. I know I'm live, and you probably saw the flub, but that's okay. I don't care. It's all good. So, what does that entail? Well, the only thing that we have for sale on our website are comic books. LuckyZilla #1 and LuckyZilla #2. The LuckyZilla comic book series will be published quarterly. That means 4 times a year. We're trying to keep it within every single... We're going to have one each season. We had one come out in June. We had one come out at the end of August at Newark Comic-Con. Why did I just mention them? Anyways, moving on. LuckyZilla #3, there is no exact release date yet, but it's coming. Fear not, it is coming. So, LuckyZilla #1 and 2 are on sale as of midnight tonight. Yeah, as of midnight tonight. I don't really want to stay up until midnight, but I have no choice. So, what does that mean? LuckyZilla #1 and 2 are available separately for $1.50 each in a digital edition. That means when you buy it, you get a non-printable PDF, which I email to you once the payment is processed. And when you click on the link, it obviously goes to the PayPal site where you either pay by a credit card or you enter your PayPal info. And once I get that email that you've paid for the thing, I will send you your comic. Sound good, huh? So those are on sale. The printed comics are also on sale. The normal retail price is $5 each. So we're having 2 totally separate sales. You can either buy each comic individually for $3 each, plus shipping and handling, which is an additional $2.50. And yeah, they get shipped to you again once payment is processed. I wish it could be instantaneous, with the digital and everything, but I'm a one-man band, so this is what it is. Or you can buy both comics, both printed comics, for $5. It's essentially buy one, get one free, plus $3.50 shipping and handling. The digital editions are available worldwide. They are in English, so just so you're aware of that. In terms of international editions, I'm still trying to figure that out. So in the meantime, I appreciate your patience. The printed copies are only available in the United States. So if you live in another country and you try to buy the printed edition, obviously, you know, PayPal will take your payment, but I will refund it because I really, you know, I can't do international shipping. There's no way I feel that's, you know, reasonable enough to make sure that your comics get delivered to you in not only a reasonable time frame, but from what I've come to understand about shipping worldwide is that unless you're using DHL, your package will change hands with several other couriers before it gets to you. So, so I don't want it to get lost without a reasonable way to track it. And number two, international shipping is expensive. I mean, would you pay $25 for a book that you can buy for essentially $5 US? No, absolutely not. That's ludicrous. That's absolutely ludicrous. And I don't want you to have to go through that. So I do apologize. We do not sell printed copies internationally. So that is our AA anniversary sale. Take it. I mean, it's only for a week. It starts October 17th at midnight. It ends October 25th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Got to be very clear on these things. So, yeah. And I also have to make sure that before I publish it, I put those details in there. So, the other thing that I wanted to note, okay, we got the Instagram, which is LuckyZilla _IG. I put a link in the comments section. Feel free to join in and comment. I'm the only one here right now. And the lighting is terrible. I'm going to figure that out for next time. I am so very, very sorry. It's little technical things like this that throw me off, and then these vlogs go from being, you know, projected 7 minutes in length to 17 minutes in length. Oh well. And that leads me into my last topic, which is dealing with writer's block. I've thoroughly illustrated it here on this vlog, not to put myself down, but I don't always have the words I want to say in my head when I want to say them. I was thinking about this when I was driving home from my day job the other night. You know, and I mean, it's like, I won't always say what I'm feeling at the moment I'm feeling it. I mean, I will say something, obviously, but it won't be exactly what it was that I wanted to say in certain situations. I guess the same is true of writer's block. Now, I've tried my best, you know, on each strip that I publish to make sure that I'm really not repeating myself, because I hate doing that. That's one of the things that, you know, drove me away from doing the video introductions or reviews that I did for myself and for a few other people. It was just, it just didn't make sense anymore. LuckyZilla just made more sense because that's what I do. But even with LuckyZilla, I've had myself my share of writer's block. One of the ways that I've combated writer's block, and this is something you can try, but not something that is necessarily going to work for you. So I'm not making any promises about this. You know, if it works for you, great. You know, let me know in the comments section. If not, also let me know in the comments section. I'd love to hear from you. One of the ways that I've dealt with writer's block myself is by taking an afternoon or an hour or 2 hours. It usually becomes significantly more than that. ADD, man, Asperger's. I have it. It's you know, it is what it is. So I'll look through all this old stuff, some of it good, some of it absolutely horrendous. And I just try to see myself in that period where I was, and everything I was thinking, everything I was feeling, to try to make something happen. Like on Lucky-Zilla and Atomics, which I won an award for, which I'm very proud of. Although there were times where I would sit and I would watch it and I would kind of cringe because I was just like, you know, that looked kind of cheesy, or did I really need to use this music, or something along those lines. And the same thing goes with our rarely seen live action Lucky-Zilla pilot, The Terrible Telebomber. I mean, I made mistakes. I made some really big mistakes. I've learned from them, though. The Lucky-Zilla live action, though, was a lot of fun. Hey, I mean, obviously it could have been better, but, you know, am I going to berate myself for it? Absolutely not. It was good for what I was trying to make. And basically what I'm saying before I end up, you know, going on this merry-go-round is a look back at what I've done, try to remember how I did everything. And usually, not always, but usually, it will get my juices flowing, and then all of a sudden, I have something. I have something new that I didn't think of before. And that's one of the reasons why on any cartoon show you name, they write a Bible for the characters. They write a Bible for the show. And that contains everything about the show. And I feel, although I don't know for certain, you know, how, you know, concrete some of these Bibles are, but there's always an opportunity in every single line that's written for every single character, description, whatever, for something new to come about. Some years back, very long time family friend of ours, Marcy Rosenbaum, sent me this incredible 100 questions for each character exercise. And I did them all for the main characters of Lucky-Zilla. And I go to those at least once a month when I'm trying to figure something out for a particular character, or I feel like a character is underrepresented in the comics. It's like I'll try to figure out something for Captain Dudley, who you've seen in the strip since basically the second week. He hasn't been in every strip, and there have been long periods where he didn't appear in the strip at all. But he was in the second strip that we ever released, called Microwaved. The strips didn't start having official titles until about, I want to say, 3 months ago. And because we're trying to keep the site clean, and this is another thing I want to bring up. We are going to be reprinting comic strips that were previously on the web in book form and offering them for sale. Lucky-Zilla #2, you know, I want no secrets. It's made up of reprints. It's made up of what I believe are some of our best strips. So, yeah. And they're on sale as of midnight tonight. So go for it. And go for LuckyZilla #1 if you haven't already, because I'm very proud of that too. I'm proud of just about every single LuckyZilla strip that I've done. Otherwise, I wouldn't still be doing them. And I mean, there are strips that I look at where I just think to myself, you know, I could have done better with this, or I could have tried, you know, I could have written this. Usually when I get to that point, more than 2 or 3 times, I just kind of stop myself and I'm like, look, how many other people do you know? Like off the top of your head, personally or professionally. Well, actually, let's think of personally, because there's a lot of people professionally that are getting stuff done every week, like Sarah's Scribbles. I can't remember the last time in like the year that I've been reading the strip. It's got to be at least a year in which she has not been successful in publishing a new strip every week. You know, I don't know her personally, but my God, is her strip great. I love Sarah's Scribbles. I really don't know of too many other people that, at least that I talk to on a regular basis, who are, #1, a comic strip artist or cartoonist, #2, you know, yeah, I don't know of too many other people or comic strip artists like that I know that I talk to on a regular basis that put a new strip out every week. So, and I'm kind of stammering right now because I don't want to insult anybody if you're not able to. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I find myself reusing material. Hey, sometimes you need to. Because do you really need to draw that same face over again? Or is it right there? It doesn't hurt to reuse stuff. Just be mindful of the fact that, you know, sometimes there's a better way. Sometimes there's a better expression. You just got to find it. If you have it already, great. But if there's a little something extra you can throw, do it. Go for it. And I think I'm going to end this vlog with hopefully something not anticlimactic, but I'm running out of words. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Please like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. Like, comment, dislike, whatever this video, whatever. Tell us how you feel. We'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear from you. Lucky would love to hear from you. That's right. And also, be sure to follow us on Instagram. Lucky does his usual shenanigans, just walking around, meeting new people, and doing silly things on a mostly daily basis. Mostly. You saw that I was talking for him. That's okay. There's all honesty in this vlog. But LuckyZilla's Instagram is @LuckyZilla_IG. We're trying to get @LuckyZilla just to keep it nice and simple, but that's a whole nother story. So for those of you who have watched, we thank you. For those of you who have yet to watch, we thank you. We love you. Good morning, good afternoon, good night.